In the vast tapestry of life on Earth, we humans often consider ourselves unique in our emotional complexity. But what if I told you that the animals we share this planet with experience a rich inner world of feelings, including mental health challenges eerily similar to our own? Today, we're embarking on a fascinating journey into the realm of animal psychology, uncovering the surprising similarities between our furry, feathered, and finned friends and ourselves. From the family dog battling anxiety to elephants mourning their lost companions, we'll explore the types, signs, and treatments of mental disorders in animals. Prepare to have your perspective changed as we delve into this captivating subject. Picture this: a dog pacing nervously as its owner leaves for work, whining and scratching at the door. This could be a classic sign of separation anxiety, one of the most prevalent mental health issues in pets. In fact, studies suggest that up to 14% of dogs suffer from this condition. But anxiety in animals isn't limited to our canine companions. Cats, often thought of as independent and aloof, can also fall victim to anxiety disorders. Noise phobias, for instance, can turn a typically calm feline into a trembling ball of fur at the first rumble of thunder. Even wild animals aren't immune. Captive primates like chimpanzees have been observed displaying anxious behaviors such as excessive grooming or rocking when under stress. Can animals really get depressed? The answer is a resounding yes. Just like humans, animals can experience periods of sadness and withdrawal, especially after significant life changes. Consider the case of Flint, a wild chimpanzee observed by renowned primatologist Jane Goodall in the 1970s. After the death of his mother, Flint became withdrawn, refused food, and eventually died himself, a poignant example of grief and depression in animals. These emotional responses aren't limited to primates. Elephants have been observed participating in mourning rituals, gently touching the bones of deceased herd members with their trunks. In captivity, animals from birds to big cats can exhibit signs of depression, such as lethargy and loss of appetite, particularly when moved to new environments or separated from companions. Obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD, in animals manifests in ways that mirror human experiences. Have you ever seen a dog chasing its tail incessantly or a bird plucking its feathers until bald patches appear? These could be signs of OCD in animals. Captive animals, in particular, are prone to developing these repetitive behaviors. A study published in 2006 found that up to 85% of captive-born large cats engaged in pacing behavior, a common sign of stress and potential OCD in these majestic creatures. Post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, isn't unique to human war veterans. Animals can also carry the invisible scars of traumatic experiences. Military working dogs, for instance, can develop PTSD after exposure to combat situations. A 2014 study found that about 5 to 10% of military dogs deployed to combat zones showed signs of canine PTSD, but it's not just working animals. Elephants who've witnessed poaching or experienced culling operations can exhibit behaviors consistent with PTSD, such as heightened aggression, unpredictable behavior, and difficulty bonding with their own calves. These observations underscore the profound impact of trauma on animal psychology. Just as humans can develop dementia in their later years, older pets may experience cognitive decline. Cognitive dysfunction syndrome, CDS, affects an estimated 28% of dogs aged 11 to 12 years, and up to 68% of dogs aged 15 to 16 years. Imagine a once alert cat becoming disoriented in its own home, meowing at odd hours, or forgetting its litter box training. These are all potential signs of CDS, reminding us that mental health issues can affect animals throughout their lifespan. Can animals benefit from therapy? Absolutely. Cognitive behavioral therapy, adapted for animals, has shown promising results in treating anxiety and phobias. For instance, a technique called systematic desensitization can help dogs overcome noise phobias by gradually exposing them to the feared sound at low volumes and rewarding calm behavior. Counterconditioning is another powerful tool. This involves changing an animal's emotional response to a trigger. For example, a dog fearful of car rides might be given treats and praise during short car trips, gradually building positive associations. What if the key to better mental health for captive animals lies in their surroundings? Environmental enrichment has become a crucial aspect of animal care in zoos and sanctuaries worldwide. This approach involves providing animals with stimulating environments that encourage natural behaviors. For example, the Detroit Zoo's gorilla habitat, opened in 2019, features climbing structures, foraging opportunities, and even computerized cognitive games designed specifically for gorillas. Such enrichment not only prevents boredom-related mental health issues, but also promotes overall well-being. Even for domestic pets, environmental enrichment can make a significant difference. Puzzle feeders for cats and dogs, rotating toy selections, and creating safe outdoor experiences can all contribute to better mental health. In some cases, animals may benefit from medication to manage their symptoms. Under veterinary guidance, anti-anxiety medications like fluoxetine, commonly known as Prozac, have been successfully used to treat compulsive disorders in dogs and cats. For older pets suffering from cognitive dysfunction, drugs like selegiline can help manage symptoms and improve quality of life. It's important to note that medication should always be combined with behavioral modifications and environmental improvements for the best results. A study published in the Journal of Veterinary Behavior in 2013 found that dogs with separation anxiety showed significantly greater improvement when treated with both medication and behavior modification compared to either treatment alone. Never underestimate the healing power of human-animal bonds. The field of animal-assisted therapy has grown significantly since its formal introduction in the 1960s. Today, therapy animals help humans in various settings, from hospitals to schools to nursing homes. Interestingly, this relationship appears to be mutually beneficial. A 2017 study found that dogs involved in animal-assisted interventions showed lower levels of cortisol, a stress hormone, after sessions with humans. For pets at home, the role of a devoted owner in managing mental health cannot be overstated. Consistent routines, regular exercise, and positive reinforcement training can all contribute to a pet's emotional well-being. Some animal behaviorists even recommend talking to pets, as many animals respond positively to calm, reassuring human voices. As we've explored the complex world of animal mental health, one thing becomes abundantly clear: animals are far more emotionally intricate than we often give them credit for. From the anxiety-ridden family dog to the grieving wild elephant, from the OCD-afflicted captive tiger to the depressed household cat, animals experience a range of mental health challenges that mirror our own struggles. This understanding brings with it a profound responsibility. As stewards of the animal kingdom, whether as pet owners, wildlife conservationists, or simply as inhabitants of this shared planet, we have a duty to recognize and address the mental health needs of our animal counterparts. By learning to spot the signs of mental distress in animals, implementing compassionate treatment strategies, and fostering environments that promote psychological well-being, we can help our animal companions lead happier, healthier lives. After all, in the grand tapestry of life on Earth, aren't we all threads in the same fabric, humans and animals alike, each deserving of care, understanding, and the chance to thrive mentally as well as physically? As we conclude this journey into the hidden world of animal mental health, let's carry forward a newfound appreciation for the emotional lives of animals. In doing so, we not only enrich their lives, but also deepen our own understanding of the complex, interconnected nature of consciousness on our planet. For in the end, the story of animal mental health is not just their story, it's our story too, a shared narrative of struggle, resilience, and the enduring power of compassion.